because it would at least open the idea that there are children in life.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
It's gonna be 210.
Yep.
Interesting that you talk
Go
about
to-
this because kids are
Oh,
getting
that's-
ready to come here. The concept of making everything as a choice in life.
Well, right
Have a great day.
Yes, you too.
Yeah, listening to those other idea was the powerful and delightful and just brilliant, Nora. And remember,
Look.
the difference between what we do and what we're capable of
Oh. Okay. Oh no. Oh fuck. Sorry. Oh no, not again.
I was married recently. It was a wonderful day with family and friends.
Yes, just got a coffee at Marylou's.
I don't ever want to forget. All of the smooth wedding videos were
And cars going north will just not let me get by so I can get south. But I just got south. You could see I'm moving. So sorry for the language I used a little earlier, but yeah, they just don't let you get out of there if you're going south and you have northbound traffic. This is going South Street, by the way, Center Street. It's South Street and Braintree, but this stretch of road I'm traveling on right now, it's as in Holbrook is considered Center Street. And we should be now approaching the MBTA station.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg. Sudden trouble with vision in one of both eyes. Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with that. Or if you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life. Someone you love. Maybe it's late enough. Wait. Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
What's going on, everyone? This is Termita Martin.
Termita Martin, who I heard this morning.
On 1460 AM. I am on 11 a.m. to noon, Monday through Friday. So make sure that you tune in to hear all of the great entertainment I have to share.
Yes, always.
That's Mind of Mia, 11 to noon, Monday through Friday. And remember to stay positive, be beautiful, and always count your blessings.
And remember, don't do anything that's stupid. Know your conscience. And we'll see you again weekly.
Listen,
Remember, you could
you can't see it either.
fan me on Facebook.
You cook meat and poultry to a bacteria temperature. Raw or undercooked meat may contain bacteria that can make you very sick or worse.
Twitter at
Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Bringing the flavor and flair of the Big Easy to the Metro South region, the Brockton Day Nursery proudly presents its 8th annual
right after Ron Van Dam and before Michael Graham.
2014 at the Shaw Center in Brockton. Take a stroll down Bourbon Street, casually dressed or in costume, and enjoy the sights and sounds of New Orleans.
Little New Orleans in Brockton. Promo for an event. But I'm not going. You know I don't do these events. Yeah, just gonna stay home or go to one of the usual venues I go to.
All proceeds benefit the Brockton Day Nursery Child Care Scholarship Fund. For more information, call 508-588-2700. That's 508-588-2700. Or visit us online at brockton.org.
The Community Bulletin Board for the Brockton area.
And I hope to see you there.
Confessions of a potentially perfect family brought to you by Adult Escape Film.
I might look like an adult, like a person who could possibly be a parent, but I have no idea how to talk like one. And
4:35.
You have to sound good when you say things like, "Don't make me turn this car around," or "Because I said so," or "Don't make me come back there." I don't know what those things. But I know that I actually believe my parents when they said, so convincing. There we go. Don't make me come back there.
Hi.
Don't make me come back there. Yeah, that's better. In fact, that sounds like my dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to listen to you practice your dad voice. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit adoptuskids.org for more information. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human
Yelling
Services,
at a
Adult
parent.
Kids and the Ad Council.
They'll throw you out of
Very local, very
only yelling.
This is the new AM 1460 WXDR Brockton, a broadcast service of Azor Media, LLC.
Now back to Lois on the line. Anything's
I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday.
no.
Thanks, everybody. I'm so glad you're listening today, and I'm hoping that what we're talking
After
about
this truck.
today is nourishing
See, I know I could pull it off this time.
skills.
Even though I don't go this way, I'm only coming from work, from the subway station, to head to areas west and south of Brockton.
As we were talking before, we're talking about we all need to fix something. We all need to let go of old
It smelled like hot chocolate. But no, it's coffee. They gave me the right product. Even though there was a long line.
Well, so I've spoken out before, and I'm always concerned about my dyslexia. I make sure that what is your name? Help. There you go. Very good. So, we were talking before the break about choosing what you think. And so you had an experience today.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned those different words that we get to choose, because that was actually, I was putting vibe in and tuning into my, my guides and my higher mind and my higher being, and tuning in and saying, so what are we going to talk about today? Because, Lois talks about not having a scripted show. And so I was pretty open and honest, pretty much what you hear.
Yeah, or a teleprompter.
And, I was hearing, everybody gets to choose in every moment of your life. Now you may think, that's not true, I'm 10 and I don't get to choose what I get to do. And that's true to a certain point, but you do get to choose how you respond in every situation. And the problem is, most of us, because of our pain, our wounding, our unhealed things, the things that we haven't looked at, really come at our life looking at the external things in our life, the people, the relationships, the situations, blaming all of those things for being wrong. And what we can do in each moment to start to shift those feelings and those beliefs is to say, whenever you're just checking in, what do I feel in this moment? Is it good? Is it bad? Am I angry? Can I feel pain? I don't like being angry. Okay, but is my anger justified? Is it true? Is it really something happening in this moment? Or is it primitive from a past thing? But more importantly, what's happening and how do I want to feel in this moment? I could right now go into an old memory of something that made me angry, and I could sit here and get quite angry about it. I could choose to go into the anger and feel and tell you a story that was so true, of so much anger, that was so justified, and it would all be valid. But I can also say, wow, I'm so glad I don't know how angry about that. Or I'm so glad I had this great experience today about faith. Or I'm so glad that I'm healthy. Or I'm so glad that I have choice. Just I have choice.
I sit with myself quietly and do kind of floating meditation. And I was
right there.
Thinking about
No, we're in a very bad angle.
and how
Almost can't see these cars coming out of the industrial park complex.
I have trouble with people who are disrespectful to me, especially, and certainly to the world. And you know, I'm pretty easygoing, and I have a gift of communication, and I can respond appropriately and say some things that people will say, "Gee, I never thought of it that way." But I lose a little bit of myself when people disrespect me. And
Yes,
think
we
it
do,
goes
I know.
back to being
It
a
upsets
child,
you, right?
where I was labeled
People to
crazy and
swear at you, they're rude to you. Yeah, mean.
I didn't know what it was like if I just sort of knew.
Parker School, driving large vehicles.
So I have to kind of not react to acting to that disrespect. There was a moment. Can I ask you a question? Is it true that people are purposefully and maliciously disrespectful? Or is it in fact that they themselves are often in their own pain, in their own worry, in their own stress, and are coming at the world in a very self-absorbed way, where they don't actually stop to think about how what they are doing or being or saying in any given moment is affecting those around them? Yes, but that's, I think, my job here on the show. To tell people that if you've got something bothering you, you deal with it and don't disrespect me because it's my life. Like a kid. And you know, it's, you know, it's like and it was, you know, probably a lot of people.
It's an international, I was right. It's an international harvester. Oh, Durastar. Oh, we had the Load Stars here of the 70s. Oh, they built the Star suffix back. Fleet Star. truck I passed before, I'd pass it again. But here comes my off ramp, so I get out here. The house is off of Pearl Street. To my right. Oh good, no traffic because there's no mark, so I can keep going as long as there's no cars. We are coming together. Used to be a show on WBC TV fire station itself a long time ago.
Coming together and creating more love and understanding. The precipitant event that causes that to happen actually pales energetically.
Oh, they're from Oliver Ames, the person in front of me.
Pain. Addiction is it's a horrible place to be living. No question about it. And it's
that's right, no getting around it. That's right.
Compassion and the energy, loving.
Yeah, that twin loves is a pawn shop.
It's really, really profound.
Yes, and I understand that people come with roles, and maybe Philip's role was to get
it's a
people
pawn
Oh,
away
shop.
of addiction. But as a psychiatric nurse, as a person who's been in the healing world, you know,
And just past the golf gas where I usually refuel.
that there are no facilities.
Seidman King.
There are no hospitals that have open beds.
That's right, everything's full. Yeah, it's because the mental hospitals like Taunton and Mansfield are now closing or actually have already closed. Because of budget cuts.
Decided you can only have 80 hours of treatment. You have overdoses of drugs in hospitals.
Instead of 200 hours.
You know, those
This conversation is really interesting
that
now.
have to be worked on. The government is
Those things are falling apart, and that's why we're seeing them fall apart, because these systems no longer will work in this new energetic paradigm. We need new models.
That's right, and perhaps what we need to say to out there, you know, you have kids bullying because there's no place for them to get any help. There's no, I was talking to a young man that was in the shelter right here in Brockton, and he was saying
Did not want to be
that he's
identified.
never seen
By the way, did not want to be identified.
live in a shelter, and then he met this young couple. They're like, I think in their 40s. They had a great job. They had a lovely home. He lost a job, unemployment. She couldn't get a job. They lost their house, and now they're in a shelter.
Now there's, in other words, they're screwed.
So the energy
they're
that we
doomed.
live in this society.
Now they're in the worst case scenario.
Certainly does.
Good thing it hasn't happened to me, and I hopefully will never happen to me.
That the things that we talked about how we choose to see,
That's why I work for the state.
and how we treat other people. Maybe it's you and I talking.
Still daylight out for a change. That's a good sign that's coming. At least we have more daylight.
Listen, this is where I'm coming from, and this is what I need to do appropriately, without criticism.
Hopefully I can make the light. Yeah, I am.
Very changing time. The energetics of the time, the energy, the conscious energy, the thing that's happening most profoundly on this planet is that we have moved into a place of conscious evolution that is unprecedented in our lifetime. We are moving into a place now where we are actually changing energetically, where our minds are changing, our thoughts are changing, systems are changing and transforming. Kind of like, you know, when I was talking earlier about the medicine and the change in that, you know, when somebody once said, okay, the world is round, and I've sailed around the globe, 99% of the people said, oh, you're crazy.
Well, you're
And
on
then over
drugs,
the
they
course of
said.
time, and it didn't happen
said,
in
what are
one
you talking about? I'm
generation.
not on
And it
drugs.
didn't happen in 2 generations. It happened over the course of time where the majority of people started to see the evidence that there was something truer. And so gradually it came down to the last person who believed that the world was flat died. And then everybody else
No, which is not the case. The world is not flat.
We're moving into
It's
this
round.
time now where everything is up for grabs, and I caution you to take a look at the things that are happening around us and see things that are changing as positive things. They may not look positive on the surface, and there may be all kinds of consequences or repercussions to the things that are changing, but we also have choice in every moment on how we see those things and respond to them.
Well, you know,
It's such a big concept, it's such a big subject, it's so hard to talk about in a short period of time.
exactly, but I think we're doing a good job.
So too, even if we are patting ourselves on the back.
I get a kick out of myself, Nora, let me tell you. I am remaining humble. I am remaining humble. But I think that the kind of programming that I'm doing is trying to make the awarenesses open.
I think it's great.
You know, to allow people to listen and hopefully later this weekend or maybe something next week that we've talked about, you know.
Everything always has a ripple effect.
Right, you know, maybe, you know, a lady was saying to me yesterday, I had a conversation with her daughter a year ago. And she said to me the other day, she said, the things that you said to my daughter a year ago, okay, have been so filtered that now I hear it in her conversation. So perhaps our assignment now is to have more dialogue and to let people know that there are changes, that we can do something about that. And I'm hoping, Nora, in the next month or so, that you would come back again. And, you know, and keep the dialogue going. And it's nice to work with someone that knows. You know, it wasn't always this way. No, it wasn't always this way. And all I have to say is my internal understanding, without understanding, that there was always something more, that there was always something better. That's what keeps all of us driving. Even if you're out there yourself now, and you're listening, and you're thinking your life is tough or sad or hard or whatever, painful, you keep going because you know some part inside of you knows that there's
6
more
minutes
to figure out how to get there.
You know, someone asked me a question several months ago about
through my
how I
Facebook
lived
page.
through 6 years of not knowing if I was going to get help. And I mean, every day I died a little bit physically.
Yeah, I had a few years taken off my
and
life.
I said to them, underneath all of that, I knew. I didn't know how I knew. I didn't question that I knew.
Oh, I did. I questioned all the time.
I questioned other things, but I never questioned that I knew that. And I think the other thing, I didn't panic. Right? I never panicked, but I never lost the thread of the connection, okay, of knowing. Either you know it or you don't. People tested me. They pushed me. They pressured me. Okay? But if you know it, you know it. And I think that when you break that spiritual connection, I think it is when you get lost.
I'm almost there.
Well, I would say that I probably didn't understand my spiritual connection
Right?
until maybe 5 years ago.
What happened then?
That was when I had a spontaneous psychic opening and I received the gift of healing with my hand. Really, it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Freaked me out. Thought this was not my life, and everything sort of unfolded from there. But that came from a basis of a lifetime of searching and looking and reading, and there was, you know, religious things that were positive and negative in my growing up, there were spiritual things that were positive and negative, and so I had to come to a greater understanding that was right for me and what that meant. And fortunately, the gift or the opening or however you want to call it that I received or that I became aware of changed everything in such a dynamic way that I could no longer ignore what I was understanding inside myself.
I understand that.
And it's time to bring it forward so that other people do not. I'm just telling you, I didn't believe that life was joyful. I didn't believe you could have loving relationships. And as a result of that, I made all kinds of choices that were more harmful to me than positive. And then now I come from a place where I'm grateful for everything that I have, everything that I am, and everything that I've experienced, because it has led me to this place where I am what I am today.
I understand.
And I can help others.
Right. So it's basically what you're saying, Nora, is that you gave yourself evidence. You have evidence now for your belief system, and that gives you credibility and the responsibility that you need if you're going to work with others and heal them. And when you talk about your evidence and when you talk about your journey, there is an energy behind it that's so powerful, because if you didn't believe it and you didn't walk the walk, I would say, what are you talking about? But there's a power to you.
I just understood that if my life can be this good, then anybody's life can be this good. And it doesn't matter what you've experienced, what's gone before. Today is a new day. I mean, that's part of the reason the business is called New Day, because today is a new day.
I took my granddaughter to see the movie Frozen. She's 5, Molly. I said, Molly, did you like the movie? She goes, you know, Bubby, the movie was a little sad, but you know, life is good.
There you go, I don't know the babe.
Yeah. So Valentine's is coming. That will be.
Well, that's it. You gotta close up shop.
But
Have some closing remarks and then say bye-bye until next week.
I leave you with these words. Find a guy who calls you beautiful instead of hot.
Or girl.
Pardon me?
Or girl.
Or girl.
We'll have to cut you off there.
Who calls you back when you hang up
I
on
will
me?
miss you.
Who will lie under the stars and listen to your heartbeat? Will stay
Oh,
awake
they don't
just
make
to
those
watch
cars
you sleep?
anymore. The car in front of
Will
me, they
wait
don't
for
make
the
that
person
kind
who
anymore.
kisses your forehead?
Oh.
Who wants to show you off to the world, and when you're in sweats, holds your hand in front of his friends, who thinks you're just as pretty without makeup on, who is
they're also
constantly
on mine.
reminding you of how much they care and how lucky they are to have you. The one that turns to his friends and says, that's him or her. Valentine's Day. Nora, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Give out your number where people can reach you.
It's a new day, 508-280-1523. The website is www.newdayevents.com. And from there, you'll find out about my
New Day
conferences
Events.
and the
Find us on
Thank you,
follow
Nora.
us on Twitter.
I would recommend talking with Nora, working with her. Thank you, everybody.
All right,
for
nice to
listening.
see you.
Enjoy your weekend. Keep
Yep.
a smile on your face.
Yes, we'll see you next
I
Friday.
hope that you take some of the information that we shared today and nourish it.
That's leading to the yet another long weekend.
Enjoy.
Yep, we'll do. Yep, you too. Enjoy your next. Have a good week ahead. Yeah, this is another. This is an elderly housing, and then there's another little neighborhood I didn't even know about.
Very southern New England. This is the new.
Oh, it's now 5 p.m.
WXBR.
Yeah, right in there. Yeah, more houses.
Media LLC.
The proceedings was an independently produced program. The views expressed therein were not
little
necessarily
disclaimer,
those of WXBR 1460 AM, Azure Media LLC, their staff, or
What's the new
strictly
company?
those of the host, guests, and callers.
Summit, yeah.
For Rise and Shine.
Oh, just like the oh, they haven't even put up the sign yet. They have to put a new stand for the sign. Yeah, Old Pond, Mass.
11 p.m. There will be country line dancing, a vendor and craft fair, and raffles as well. Admission is $5 per child, $10 per adult. Again, it supports Massachusetts Best Dog. Massachusetts Best Dog Incorporated is an independent, all-volunteer
Las 5 de la tarde. Coming up next is Jimmy Tartaglia and Marciano with Sports Talk.
Essential equipment and training for the dog. Again, that's this Friday night, February 7th.
From 5 till 7.
11 p.m. at the Bridgewater Knights of Columbus with country line dancing, vendor and craft fairs, and raffles as well. I hope you'll join me and WXBR at the Bridgewater Knights of Columbus, Friday, February 7th, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Can you tell if the surfaces in this kitchen are crawling with bacteria that could cause chronic arthritis?
I don't even know it yet.
Can't you? You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands frequently with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse.
And cause death,
1 in 6 Americans
or even
will
die
die from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by cleaning with soap and water as you go. Learn more about this and other important information. Check
pertinent information.
That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services,
and the Ad Council. Yep. We care.
Cleaning Services Incorporated has been knocking out dirt and germs for over 57 years. Located in the city of Champions, K-Men Cleaning Service does it all. They specialize in the cleaning and maintenance of laboratory and healthcare facilities while dealing with delicate space and equipment. K-Men has over 45 years of experience working with banks and other financial institutions. Their staff is highly trained and educated to work with all the latest equipment to be able to meet all of your needs. They also provide a 24-hour answering service.
Much train, Amtrak, $70.
587-2287 today. That's 508-587-2287. K-Men is located at 65 Highfield Drive in Brockton. No one cleans it like the K-Men.
504 now.
587-2287. 508-587-2287.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I want to report a bear sighting.
Location?
My front door.
Not a smoky bear.
And did the bear knock or use the doorbell?
He used the doorbell.
No, I used the door. We rang the doorbell, thankfully. But still, I'm uncomfortable. I want him removed. Think he wants to break in and steal property or worse.
Unattended because it could lead to a wildfire.
Yeah, but if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
Don't touch. Yeah.
We go way back. I know, but it was just a cop.
Cute.
Rangers are many things, man, but cute isn't one of them. Have a nice day. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forest.
I want to cut over this way.
Learn more at smokeybear.com. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Yep. Oh, 5
You are a
past.
waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just
Everyone
stay in the car
dislikes you.
and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas and get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks.
Oh,
It could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
Oh, sorry about
You
that
may not
word.
witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They
Bullying, it's
they
been a
don't know.
problem.
Visit stopbullying.gov.
If you see bullying, please report it.
Can help stop bullying.
No one has a right, no one deserves to be
A
bullied.
message from the Ad Council.
Bullying is a
Right now,
crime.
nearly 30% of U.S. students aren't finishing high
Call
school.
911.
Many
Yes,
places
we
even
encourage.
higher than that.
Oh,
Fixing it is a responsibility that we all share. This is President Obama, and I urge everyone to take responsibility for encouraging the high school students in your communities, to support them, challenge them, and do whatever it takes to help them make it through.
Do your part by going to
Okay, and I'm just pulled into the parking lot.
Needed to make it to graduation. A message from the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Very local, very southern New England. This is the new AM 1460 WXBR Brockton, a broadcast service of Azure Media.